Killer 5G warning. Expert warns superfast broadband could cause cancer in humans. Now, we kind of heard about this stuff before with like 4G and having cell phones up to your ear. And there is some cases where people do have cancer right where they hold the phone up to their ear. I thought it was going to be a more worldwide epidemic, if you will. But it actually hasn't been terrible unless they're really suppressing it. I haven't seen too much cases of it. It does happen. I will admit it. But I think deep down, like the human body, it has a chance to adapt to the surroundings and be able to combat some of that stuff that it's getting bombarded by. So breaking the article down here. Superfast broadband could be a global catastrophe, kill wildlife, give people terminal disease, and cause Earth's magnetic field to change, according to shock claims by technology expert. Arthur Robert Fristenberg is an American author and activist on electronic radiation and health. The telecommunications industry has suppressed damaging evidence about its technology since at least 1927. There is about as many as 20,000 satellites in the atmosphere. So right now, 20,000 satellites up above beaming down at us. And the FCC approved Elon Musk's project for 12,000 satellites that are supposed to go up in mid-2019. And he says, I'm getting reports from various parts of the world that 5G antennas are being erected all over and people are already getting sick from what's there now. And the insect population is getting affected. So I was watching a video the other day. You get these installations, or they install antennas above these. One was above a apartment complex. They put them up on top there. You see them all over. They got the antennas there beaming down so they can have all that coverage. And this one lady, this was just a regular cell antenna. She was just getting sick. She was getting rashes just from that being up there. And makes sense. You're right below that and it's beaming down. Insane. So now that with the 5G, how 5G works, and I believe there's a graphic here. Yeah, right here. You have one antenna, and then they basically got to be every like block or so. So just to keep amplifying that. Now I don't know what their plan is, how to do this in rural areas. Yeah, currently I live in a rural area myself. So how does that work? I think, 5G's bad for frequency. I think 4G is fast enough. All they got to do is get more coverage. Like there's so many dead areas out here in the rural areas that, okay, if you guys just had more coverage, 4G is fine. But the whole thing with 5G is they want everything integrated. You're going to have all this smart technology talking to each other. They talk about the smart dust, the nanotechnology, the microchips, where they can sprinkle everywhere and everything becomes aware. It gets used to your patterns, how you walk, what you're going to do. It's part of the total control system. But it's all happening. Oh, I don't have that clip. Where is it?
It's all happening.
Thank you, Alex. So, all right, finishing up on the article, 5G will massively increase exposure to radio frequency radiation on top of the 2G, 3G, and 4G networks for telecommunications already in place. RF radiation has been proven harmful for humans and the environment. Now, here's a little breakdown. They show the speed difference. They got 4G, or they got 3G at taking 26 hours. I believe this was for a video to download. I can't remember how long it was. And then there's 4G at 6 minutes, 5G 3.6 seconds. So yeah, it's quick, but I mean, how quick do we need it? Article goes on. Now they have built more and more towers, and they want to make it so that 5G is accessible anywhere on Earth. So they do have a plan, folks, to cover the rural areas. So I think you're just going to put them on the telephone poles, phone line poles. It's not even a phone line pole. I don't know why they call them that. It's the power line pole. And yeah, every living organism Every living organism is an electronic being. We are controlled by energies passing through our bodies. Wow. So yeah, 5G, folks, this stuff is, it's going to happen. And what are you going to do about it? Because
Yes. No.
it's the future that they want to push. All right, so we're going to go out to a commercial break, folks. We are at the bottom of the hour. And when we come back, I want to talk about Buzz Aldrin, State of the Union, Stephen Greer, and we're going to get into some microchip implants. Stay tuned. Dan Hohlfeld on Talk is Cheap. See you on the other side.
You're listening to Talk is Cheap with Dan Hohlfeld on the K2D4 network.
Call us live at 1-605-562-0444. Show ID 146509. Phone lines are open.
Big tech giants are censoring people's voices. Subscribe to our backup channels on BitChute and DTube. Go to K2D4network.com for all the links.
Enjoying the show? Consider supporting us by donating to our Patreon. Patreon.com/K2D4network.